Hello everyone, this is Bernice from the Napping Mouse, and in today's video we're going to create two different kinds of belly bands. One belly band is going to be from a fabric or a lace, as you see here, and we'll be embellishing it as well from the other projects that we have done. And also we're going to create a paper one here. Now, even if you don't have a wide enough paper, we're going to layer it and we're going to make it bigger. So go ahead and get your scraps and your die cuts and anything that you have, and let's create these beauties over here. Okay, they're fun, they're simple, and they're quick. All right everyone, so now grab your favorite drink and let's get crafting. Okay folks, so the supplies that you'll be needing for this project would be some kind of wide lace like this. This one, let me see how much it measures. It measures about 2¼ inches, almost 2½ inches wide. So that one, and then you'll need some strips here. It doesn't matter the size. We're going to build up on this, okay? And so I've got these two decor ones here, and then I got like a background piece as well, and I'll show you how to make that. And then also some kind of die cuts or some kind of decoration that you want to put on top of that, okay? You can use the art glitter glue or some kind of wet glue, PVA glue, and also some Fabri-Tac or tacky glue will work well with any kind of lace or fabric that you want to use. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do that I've done is I went through my book and I went and I started marking what I want to do. Now the side tucks are going to be for a later project, okay? Today we're going to be just concentrating on the belly band. And so this one I'm going to do the paper belly band, and then this one I decided to do the lace belly band. And reason being is because it's got all this old-fashioned things going on in the background, which I think is going to be amazing. And then also because I love the background, but I didn't really want to hide it with paper, I prefer to use the lace. Now you can use fabric, old fabric, napkins, anything like that. You can do that. I have this lace around, and so I'm going to use that. Okay, and then next just measure it and make sure that it's at the very top here. So I'm eyeballing that, and let me get my scissors, and I'm going to just cut it up here. Set that aside. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a little bit more jagged over here because I want it to look like the old rough edges too. And so we're going to do that. Now I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac glue. And I like using Fabri-Tac. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to shake the table. I prefer using Fabri-Tac to add glue, or for fabric, for lace. It does work really well. Even though it's pretty thick to get down, I'm going to hang it upside down for a little bit. And what's a good thing to do is to mark the edges, because since my lace has like too much holes, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get the Fabri-Tac down. And so I'm going to mark the edges over here of where I want to put the glue. And since I've got that, and I'm going to put a line of the Fabri-Tac on the top and the bottom. And what I can do also in the meantime while my glue, hopefully it's okay. So I'm going to put a strip. Actually, a good thing to do is also to put a sheet underneath it so it won't go through and glue the pages together as well. So I'm going to do that at the top and the bottom. And put a thin, try to put as thin of a strip as I possibly can. And the reason why I wanted to work with the lace first, because it'll give it time to dry while I'm preparing for, while I'm doing the paper one. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to put this down. Okay. And just stretch it out just a little bit and press that down as well. Okay, and I do want it to be kind of straight. Another thing that you can do is if you have clips, you can go ahead and clip it down while this dries. I think I'm good for now. I'm just going to leave this to dry. I'll leave the protective sheet of paper over here while I work on the other one. Okay, so we'll let that dry. And now we're going to be working on the paper belly band. But let me set this aside for now. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and this here is the measurement of my the page itself, so I'm fine with that. But you can see it's kind of raggedy, and it's going to be okay. You're not really going to tell. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to leave this. This is actually going to be my middle part of the belly band, and I'm also going to cut this in half, and then I'll show you why. So let me get my trimmer. And I will cut this in half like that. Make sure it's centered. Okay, we'll set that aside. And then we'll go ahead and cut this in half as well. And I've already made a thing folded in, and so you can tell that. Okay, so this to me is just too slim of a belly band, okay? But we're going to widen it up by adding more layers to it. So the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to add a layer there. I could actually cut this one here in half because I don't need this whole piece of paper, but it's going to make it a little sturdy, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is go ahead and I'm going to glue this down. Now, an option for you is that you can actually ink the edges if you'd like to make it more stand out. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to glue this part down, and I'm going to see if I can keep it to about 1/8 of an inch edge on each side, okay? It looks more like 1/4, but I still think it's going to be fine. Okay, so let's press that down. Okay, and now we're going to go on this side. If one side of the paper is a little jagged like this, I'm just going to flip that over, and then it's going to go like this. But I mean, this is a what do you call, like a junk journal, like a handmade journal, and so jagged edges like that actually add charm and character to the project itself. So you don't have to worry that much about it. So I'm going to match it as much as possible to the right side. Okay, and I've got that, which I love. Okay, I can trim that later. Actually, no, hold on, let me see. Let me redo this. Reason being is because the brown one is exact size of the page. So if I do trim it, it'll be okay, but it'll be a little bit off-centered, and you will be able to tell. That's the look you're going for. That's fine. You can always cover it with lace or sentiment or any other thing, and that's what's great about working with paper. It's very, very flexible. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add, we can add it to the back over here. We could add a thin strip right there. Okay, and we can put this down, but make it, oh, okay, let's see, it's not dried yet, it's not dried yet. So let's see. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Now we're going to do the same to that one. Now, if you wanted to put a thin strip of glue here, and you don't have to go all the way because we are going to trim this down. So there we go. Loving it so far. Oops, put too much glue there. Let's press that down right there. Okay, now let me get my scissors and let's trim this down. And I've got the mark of the brown paper to indicate. Save these over here. We can use this for to make book plates, since that's going to be in one of the videos that I'll be creating. But there you go. Here is your belly band. So let's get our page here. Okay, and I'll take this off, and I will put the belly band here in the center. Oh, and it's a little bit longer. Okay, so let me get another piece of paper here. What's great about working with paper underneath, especially if you don't want to take your page out, is that you can see exactly where it's at. So I'm a little bit off over here. Now, two things. I can glue it down and then remove the page and then cut it off, or just wing it and cut it off. So it's actually just a little hair. I wouldn't even say 1/8 of an inch. So I may not have did that. Okay, center. Well, it's okay. I mean, it's not one of my best things, but okay, we're going to work with it though. So, oops, I'm sorry. So now we're going to put a thin strip of glue here and a thin strip of glue on the bottom, so top and bottom. And we are going to glue this down. Okay, let's press the top here, and I'll press the bottom. And so much for saying that, you know, you don't want to have any kind of overhangs or anything like that. So I guess I'm going to have to put something here to hide it. If you cut too much, what you can do is still remedy this. You can cut this in half and then push this down more and then push that up more, and then have like some kind of like you could put paper in the back to remedy that, or you could put this, which in the end we are going to cover that up and design that. So that's another way of hiding a mistake, okay? But yes, so now that we've got that down though, we are going to add some embellishments, and I'm going to keep this, well, I guess I keep most of my stuff pretty simple here, but yeah. I can actually cut that off too if I don't like that, but it does make for like, I'm going to put those two down. Let's say that. Okay, but it does make for like a 3D. And what you can also is like glue this down here, okay, making sure that it doesn't go off your pages, because you still want the belly band and putting things underneath, okay? Then what I can do here is I can add some kind of dimension or some kind of cardboard. And this one I had, it was from a packaging from a while ago. And so I saved these, and this one I glued together, but it has the nice height that I'm looking for. So I'll go ahead and I'll cut this up, and this should be perfect right there. So let's glue this down here. Okay, oops, this dried. Let's glue it down. Come on. I hope everyone is doing well today, and if you do like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. It does help out my channel, and also consider subscribing to my channel. I will be having a lot more. We're almost done with this book, actually. I'm not going to put like too many things, because this way it'll give you enough things that you could put your own ephemeras, your own, there we go. Perfect. Nice. And you see how it kind of elevates it and comes up a little bit, and it does make it look a lot nice. Now, what you could have done also is just ink the edges if you wanted to give it even more of a dimension, but I'm going to leave it as that for now. And yeah, I do like that. You can add like laces in the back, or you can add flowers. Like, for example, I've got some of these flowers here. That I did. What I did, these were the fabric flowers that I pulled apart, and then I put them together using the brads that I have. And so I could have added something like this, or, you know, if you have stamps, that would be well. Oh, that would look adorable. So yeah, let's add that butterfly right there. And then kind of maneuver the butterfly, like bend it, and to make it, give it some more dimensional as well. And also, I mean, I like to just put glue in the back over here. But before I forget, also, you can, oh, that would look nice like that. Okay, I'm just going to put it right there. There you go. You can ink the edges as well, and then it'll give it more of a dimension too. Or you can even add more of the regular dimension. But yeah, that would look nice too, even though it's not, I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it like that. It's got some of the gold flecks that I like already. And so, yeah, we'll leave it at that, okay? Now, let's go and check up on, there's the tag itself. Okay, I'm ahead of myself, and I do apologize, because I get a little too excited. Okay, so I could put some of this here in the back. Okay, and also some cards that I've made. Now, these here were part of a larger sheet, and I cut them up, but I wanted to be able to write in the back. So I use this as a like a writing spot here, so I could put that in the back right there. And then I've also got some more stuff that I could add, but this is to be added throughout the whole entire thing. So we'll just work with that for now, and that's how that looks. Okay, whoops, there is my cat. This is Jasmine. Okay, she is now looking into what I am doing and seeing, being Mrs. Inspector here. Okay, now we've got this. This is pretty much dry, so we can go ahead and add some of the stuff that we've created in the past. And I do have a video on creating the tags and the love notes and the text spot. Now, I think that that's adorable right there. I'm going to leave that blank. This is just a little note, love note that I created with a little pocket and then extra pieces there. But we can make that, put that in the center, and that would be the embellishment part of this tag here. This is just some of my plain ones that I didn't do much with it. Sometimes I like, oh, this is nice. This one has the pockets, the tuck spots, and also the two things here. So let's see, how that would look like. It's actually, and it's the same sheet as the other one. So let's go ahead and put this one and put that one down, and that will look very, very nice. Okay, so I didn't have to do anything to the lace. All I did was stuck it down, and then all of these extras, embellishments, and here's my cat again. Just checking up on what I'm doing. Okay, sorry about that. Jasmine, go, honey, go, I'm filming. Okay, and so the love notes and all the other stuff made the embellishments, and then this one was the last video that that I did, where you put charms on the side right there. So just look how beautiful that looks. I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, all right, folks. So thank you so much for joining me. Here's the other one right there. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. And also consider subscribing to my channel. I will be having some more videos coming up soon. And we are almost done decorating this journal here. Okay. All right. Now, thank you so much. And you guys have a great day. Until next time. Bye for now.